Well, folks, good news. South Africa's democracy is safe because the South African state agency, yeah, that one, is now suddenly obsessed with protecting it. Not from corruption, not from looters, not even from stage 8 load shedding. No. They found a real threat, disinformation. And apparently that disinformation is coming from people who are trying to tell the truth about this country. I wonder if this means they'll come after me too. Let's get into it.
When people zone
have our smallanyana skeletons.
Did I hear that correctly? Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Newsflash. I'm your host Emilio. Thanks for tuning in. According to the Daily Maverick, who've basically become the ANC's unofficial PR firm, the SSA is tightening the screws on laws criminalizing espionage, treason, and ideological influence. The state security agency is vigilant against disinformation campaigns, cyber operations, and ideological influences that could destabilize public trust in democratic institutions. Yes, ideological influences, which is fancy talk for if you don't believe what we believe, we'll make it illegal. But here's the twist. The SSA, which was previously implicated in political meddling and misuse of funds during the Zuma era, is now positioning itself as the guardian of democracy. It's like appointing a fox to guard the henhouse. The minister in presidency told Parliament that the SSA is monitoring anyone spreading narratives that might, quote, undermine public trust in democratic institutions. In other words, we've looted these institutions and now we're mad that you noticed. This comes just after 59 Afrikaners were granted refugee status in the United States under a Trump executive order aimed at protecting minorities facing unjust racial discrimination in South Africa. And cue the ANC's meltdown. The minister basically said that these Afrikaners are not a threat to national security, but of course made sure to repeat the following. There's no genocide of white people in South Africa. Okay, let's put genocide aside for a second. Like, let's forget that. Let's just park it over there for just a moment. I'm not going to get into a debate whether there is or isn't a genocide in South Africa, but one thing is certainly happening, and that is the killing of farmers in South Africa. They are being attacked and they are being murdered, and some of them in the most brutal and unimaginable ways possible. And before the anti-farm attack brigade come after me and say, yeah, but farm murders are not much different to other killings in South Africa, what makes them so special, man? We have killings every day in South Africa. Why don't you talk about the other murders in South Africa? What makes farmers so special? Well, for starters, you don't have politicians on stage singing for the killing of women or children, do you? You don't have politicians on stage in front of millions or thousands of South African citizens shouting and screaming and singing, kill the township people. No, they just sing about killing the farmers. That's the progressive utopia, right? AfriForum, who had the audacity to say things that the ANC doesn't like. For example, farmers are being killed, or we have 142 race-based laws against minorities. AfriForum is now under investigation for treason. Yes, treason. For talking to America. Meanwhile, the same SSA being weaponized to target whistleblowers was the one exposed during the Zondo Commission as being looted by Zuma's cronies to fund ANC campaigns and spy on journalists. But sure, AfriForum is destabilizing the country. Not the government that gave us state capture, unemployment, load shedding, high crime rates, and potholes so big you need a passport to cross them. Okay, I just want to interrupt for one quick second because I have an important announcement. I've been nominated as a finalist in the Free SA Young Leaders Awards under the media category. If you've been enjoying what I'm doing here on Newsflash, then please do me a solid. Go vote for me. Just click the first link in the description or the pinned comment. Every vote helps. Let's make this happen. And here is the real kicker. The minister said, and I quote, anyone, whether they are a political structure, whether they are a civil society organization, or whether they're individuals who threatens democracy, who threatens the security of the state, we will leave no stone unturned to make sure they are prosecuted, she said.
To make sure that we leave no turn unstoned.
Seems the ANC is doubling down on communism. But I'd like to say something to this minister, because by that logic, shouldn't we arrest the ANC? Because if undermining democracy includes looting state funds, creating race-based laws, protecting cadres instead of civilians, and silencing critics and civil society groups, then the ruling party is the biggest threat to democracy in this country. And let me ask you guys something. If you had politicians on stage and in front of cameras and on social media and in interviews saying hateful things about minority groups in South Africa, wouldn't that be a threat to democracy? Isn't that an abuse of power? Well, luckily, there is a video that is currently circulating on social media. It was made by the ex-account SkyZA, and she kind of compiled just a few examples of just how much politicians in South Africa, or at least some politicians in South Africa, really don't like certain groups. Have a look.
I'm saying to you, we have not called for the killing of white people, at least for now. I can't guarantee the future.
We are just giving a warning to white South Africans that they must voluntarily bring back the land.
So these people, when you want to hit them hard, go after a white man. They feel a terrible pain.
You know many whites? We kill the children, we kill the women, we kill their dogs, we kill their cats, we kill anything that comes before.
Shoot to kill. Gamaza. Kill the poor, the farmer. Kill the poor, the farmer. Brr, pa, pa.
And we can no longer be able to guarantee the continued safety of Mr. Van der Merwe.
You are cutting the throat of whiteness.
The land of our forefathers and our foremothers must return to our people without any fail and without any payment of compensation. And it must happen now.
We will expropriate land without compensation, whether they like it or not. If they object, they can seek refuge in America.
Must never be scared to kill. A revolution demands that at some point there must be killing, because the killing is part of a revolutionary act.
Yeah, this is real politicians spewing hate, telling you what they're going to do, what they want to do. And a lot of it is an attack on democracy. Because how in a democracy can you have leaders of a country saying this horrible, hateful stuff? Especially when that country should know better because of its own history. And you wonder why some South Africans want to leave South Africa.
We are fucked.
The ANC is just very upset with individuals and civil society groups that have basically held a mirror to the ANC, and not just that, have put a spotlight on the ANC, which exposes all the rot, all the dirty secrets that the ANC was trying to hide from the international world. And right now the ANC is panicking and trying to silence the voices of truth. But you won't silence me, and you won't silence us.
If you want to stop me, you're gonna have to fucking kill me!
But let's take them at their word. If the SSA really wants to prosecute enemies of democracy, they don't need spies. They just need to turn around and knock on the Thule house. But here is some more truth. The South African public isn't stupid. People know where the rot is. They see who's benefiting from the chaos and who's trying to expose it. And calling truth tellers right-wing lunatics doesn't make your lies more believable. It just makes you look scared. While I have you here, ladies and gentlemen, please consider becoming a member to this channel. It goes a long way to supporting me and helping me to produce content for you guys. All the details are on that join button below this video. But if you can't become a member, that's okay. Please consider giving a super thanks, or SSA thanks as we call them on this channel. And before you go, please leave a comment. Let me know what you think about all this. Do you think this is a doubling down on communism? Do you think the ANC is running scared? Or do you agree with this story and think that some voices need to be silenced? While you're down there leaving a comment, don't forget to leave a like on this video, share it far and wide, and subscribe to the channel. I've got more content coming your way. And with all that being said, thanks for watching. Your Newsflash is in.
I designed this iPhone case with a mirror on the back, and it easily unfolds and snaps into place right underneath your camera. And that way it acts as a periscope that broadcasts exactly what's going on in front of you into the top corner of your iPhone screen for all those times when you're fully locked in and not paying attention to your surroundings. And so the way that it works is that it pairs to an app on your phone called iPhone. And I collaborated with my friend Frederick, who did all of the design and coding for the app to make sure it was working perfectly. When you open the app and turn it on, it broadcasts your camera, but it's upside down. That is, until you flip the mirror up into the camera lenses, and now it's perfectly reflected and you can swipe it away for picture-in-picture. It's perfect for all different types of situations. situations, like when you're watching TV but also scrolling TikTok, you'll never miss a moment on screen. Or if you're scrolling Instagram while walking down the street, you'll know exactly when you get to the crosswalk. Because we could all use an extra eye every now and then.